philosophers, all of you who have aspirations in this field of philosophy, I ran into, there's this site called ilovephilosophy.com where I've been writing for years, and it is miraculous that people are still falling for this weird mind-matter duality. People are still asking, is mind a product of matter, or are they related or not related, or is it one? People, stop for a moment, stop. Don't ask this question without asking what you're asking. Take a step back. Look, mind and matter, these are both words. They're both concepts. If I look at this and touch this, if I look at something, anything around me that I see and touch it and feel it, the experience of the feeling and the idea I get in about what I'm touching and that I'm touching, that is all mind. That is all mind. So all ideas you have of matter are in the mind. An idea is part of the mind. Your consciousness is your mind. So anything you feel, any physical sensation as you call it, happens inside your mind. That is why, for example, if your mind shuts off, you don't have these sensations anymore. And even if you dream, your mind isolates itself from your physical reality and conjures up all sorts of physical experiences within itself. And it's very hard, it's impossible even to distinguish, to notice you're in it. It feels exactly the same. Matter also exists in your dream, even though you have no contact there with real matter. So who's to say that when you're awake, that matter exists anywhere else than in your mind? No one. It's impossible to state that. We can assume it, and we do assume it, that probably there is a reality outside of the mind. And we can extrapolate that, and we can assume that the mind is in fact made of this stuff that happens outside of the mind. But we cannot prove that. We cannot logically think that. It's a projection. It's a speculation, pure and simple. And the fact that we can apply, for example, something like mathematics to physics and thereby control the physical world by the mind, by rules that we have invented inside of the mind, that apply inside the mind, that are nowhere to be found outside of the mind. Well, there's nothing to be found outside of the mind, but they were conjured directly by mental processes, not by interactions within and outside. So you can just see that whatever is at the basis of the mind, which is logic essentially, or necessity, is also at the basis of whatever the mind perceives in terms of what it might call matter. So matter, if you're practicing philosophy, if you want to try to practice philosophy, you have to get to the basis of your assumptions. You have to try to be certain of things. And what you can be certain of is that philosophy and all these things and all concepts happen in the mind. That's what the mind is per definition. So matter, that's a concept, is a property of the mind. This is sort of like the first realization you have to go through. I know it's really, really hard to stop believing that there's a world that you outside of your mind, disconnected from your mind, that's not dependent on your mind, that you can still judge by using your mind. But that's reality. That's why philosophy is so unpopular. It makes superstitions really hard to uphold. Anyway, that's like philosophy 000, I guess.